You've probably been in a conversation that just felt off. Maybe there was that long pause where neither of you knew what to say next, or you said something and immediately regretted it. It happens to all of us, but here's the thing, most people don't realize that 70% of their conversations are awkward because they don't understand how to fix them. The good news? You can change this. In fact, studies show that people are more likely to remember how you made them feel rather than what you actually said. That means, with the right strategies, you can go from feeling unsure to being the one everyone wants to talk to. In this video, we're diving into why conversations get awkward, and more importantly, how to fix them. We'll cover simple hacks to stop those uncomfortable silences, show you how to listen better than anyone else, and teach you how to recover when things go sideways. Stick around, and you'll learn how to turn awkward moments into your secret superpower. Chapter 1: The Silence Trap. Why pauses feel like eternities. Have you ever been in a conversation where the silence just feels too loud? That awkward pause can be uncomfortable, but here's the secret: silence isn't your enemy, it's your ally. When you're speaking, pauses help you gather your thoughts and give your listener time to process. Research shows that a 2-3 second pause can actually make you sound more thoughtful, not awkward. The key is to use pauses as a tool, not something to fill with, or like. Instead of rushing to fill the silence, let it breathe. When you pause, you allow the other person to engage with your words more deeply. This gives you space to think clearly and express yourself better. A study from the University of Washington found that taking pauses in speech can boost your message's impact. So, next time there's a gap, don't panic, embrace it. Let the silence work for you. It can make your speech more compelling, allowing people to hang on to your every word. Chapter 2: From Awkward to Engaging. The power of listening first. Conversations are a two-way street, but many people forget that listening is just as important as speaking. In fact, active listening can completely change the dynamic of a conversation. According to research from the International Listening Association, we spend about 45% of our communication time listening, but only 25% of that time is spent actively focusing on the speaker. That's a huge gap. When you listen first, you give yourself the chance to understand what the other person needs. This opens the door to more meaningful dialogue and takes away the pressure to always talk. It also reduces the risk of awkward moments. By listening intently, you show respect and interest, which makes the other person more comfortable and less likely to create uncomfortable silences. It's not just about hearing their words, it's about understanding their emotions behind those words. The better you listen, the more natural and engaging your conversations will be. Chapter 3: The Empathy Game. Turning misunderstandings into opportunities. Misunderstandings are a common cause of awkwardness in conversations. But they don't have to be the end of the road. In fact, if you handle them with empathy, they can strengthen your connection. Dr. Brené Brown, a leading researcher in vulnerability and empathy, says, "Empathy fuels connection, and sympathy drives disconnection." When you approach a misstep in a conversation with empathy, you open the door to more trust and understanding. For example, if someone misunderstands you, instead of getting defensive, try saying, "I can see how that could sound different from what I meant." This acknowledgement of their feelings eases the tension and makes the conversation flow more smoothly. When you show that you're genuinely trying to understand their point of view, awkwardness turns into an opportunity to bond. It's not always about being perfect in conversation, it's about navigating the bumps with grace and care. Empathy makes the journey smoother, even through the tricky parts. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button. You'll get more tips and tricks to master conversations like a pro. Chapter 4: Body Language Hacks. Speaking without words. Did you know that up to 93% of communication is non-verbal? That's right, only 7% of communication comes from the words you say. The rest is made up of body language and tone. This makes your posture, gestures, and facial expressions incredibly powerful in making your conversations smoother. If you're slouched or crossing your arms, it can make you seem closed off, even if you're saying the right things. But if you stand tall, maintain eye contact, and use open hand gestures, you come across as more confident and approachable. You don't even need to say much for people to feel more at ease around you. Small things like nodding when the other person speaks or leaning slightly forward can make a huge difference. The key is to align your body language with your words, so everything matches. When you look comfortable, people feel more comfortable too. It's a subtle but powerful way to reduce awkwardness and create a natural flow in conversation. Chapter 5: Overcoming the Fear of Judgment. Your secret weapon. One of the biggest reasons conversations become awkward is the fear of judgment. We often worry that people will think we're boring, dumb, or socially awkward. The truth is, most people are too focused on themselves to judge you harshly. In fact, studies show that 70% of people's self-talk is negative, meaning they're usually dealing with their own insecurities. This means they're likely more concerned about their own performance in the conversation than judging yours. If you can let go of that fear and focus on connecting, you'll naturally improve your speaking skills. A good way to do this is by reminding yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone does it, and it's those imperfections that make us human and relatable. If you can laugh at yourself or correct a slip-up gracefully, it'll make you seem more authentic, not awkward. Releasing the need to be perfect can ease your anxiety and help you speak with confidence and clarity. Chapter 6, The Conversation Reset. How to save an awkward moment. We've all been there, your words slip, or the topic just goes off the rails. But don't panic. Even in the most awkward moments, you have the power to reset the conversation. First, don't try to ignore the awkwardness. Acknowledge it lightly with a smile or a quick joke. This takes the pressure off you and signals to the other person that you're in control of the situation. From there, pivot the conversation back on track. For example, you could say, "Well, that was a strange turn. Anyway, have you ever thought about," and then smoothly transition into a new topic. Another trick is to ask a question that shifts the focus away from yourself. People love talking about themselves, so asking them about something they care about can quickly dissolve the tension. The trick to resetting is staying calm, acknowledging the moment, and steering the conversation without overthinking it. By practicing this, you'll find that awkward moments become easier to handle, and they'll happen less often. If you enjoyed these tips, don't forget to subscribe. You'll find plenty more strategies to become a confident, smooth conversationalist.